Hi, maybe you are at the beginning of your inner spiritual journey, or maybe you've been here for a long time. However the case is, warm welcome to my pod Shift Your Energy by Meditation Jam with Maria Rinné. And this is a part of my podcast that is created to be your guide, your inspiration and your companion, moving through a time that is highly transformational, where we are shifting our drive from our mind to our heart and soul. And I am your host, Maria. I am here to share my stories, tools and lessons from my own inner journey that I've been on now for a bit over 2 decades, as well as exploring the many ways we can all reconnect to the energy within. And we will dive deep into what it means to grow, to heal, to show up, and to expand your awareness with the aim to bring you insights that sparks that beautiful shift. Please take what resonates with you. This is not a religion nor a science. It is a way of life that is connected to your heart and the magic of life. And I am here as an example. And I'm really happy to share how it started, the journey through, and where I am right now. So I hope you will be inspired, maybe entertained, as well as we will in some episodes explore some powerful tools and techniques to shift your energy and to realign you with yourself, your life force, and your beautiful pure purpose. Sometimes it will be just you and me, and other times I'll be inviting guests, visionaries, light workers and kindred spirits to share their wisdom and inspire us all. So whether you're beginning your spiritual journey or seeking new perspectives along the way, or just want to recognize yourself in these stories to witness your journey, I hope that Shift Your Energy will be a space to learn, to laugh and connect on a deeper level. So let's walk this path together and discover what happens when we turn inward, when we switch on that light, expand our power, connect, walk our talk and start to step into that more joyful new way of life that is here for us all. So are you ready? I know that I am. Warm welcome, let's begin. So hi and warm welcome to today's Shift Your Energy. And wow, we are already in mid-May. I feel this spring has really sprung in a way. And there has been so many shifts going on that today I just wanted to talk a little bit about the shifts, the energetic shift that is happening right now, because I feel when I am channeling and getting the information and also living life, it's like I'm running around a bit, just picking all these balls up or threads up that are coming. And earlier it's been more like once a month maybe, or once every second month. But right now, and I don't know if you agree or not, but what I've experienced is that it's an ongoing constant shift, that it's really noticeable. And I can see it when I live my life, in the way I think, react, plan, set up my day, move with my body, what I want to eat. It's like on all areas in life that these shifts are coming. And the base of all this, I believe, is that we are getting closer and closer to our core, our heart. We are scaling away our layers of old energetic karma beliefs, you name it, and getting closer to our heart's pure essence. And when we do that, then the communication is quicker. then it is easier to hear and notice when we are reacting or acting or eating or doing something that is no longer for us. It could have been yesterday or the week before, but not today. And it can shift again next week. So it's not about, I've got it. And now I'm going to stick to this. No, I think that feels like that has shifted as well. And it's like, so, wow, yes, today this is the way. Let's keep going. And if it shifts again, then I am open to move with that. So it's like a constant flow, really like I see that's this beautiful river just moving through us. And we are picking up the parts on the way. And if you haven't felt it, don't worry. We are not all moving through on the same journey. And since I have worked with energy since 2004, yes, I am open to it. But I also know that in my past, it is about breaking the chains and being in the forefront, moving through this and opening up. So some of you might have felt it lovely, and some of you still have that journey, and that's just as it should be. It's just what we are here to do in this lifetime. And moving through this, I felt that it is important to be self-aware and open when these shifts arrive. And I had an incident the other day. I was having a little bit of heated discussion. And then I was told that, well, you sound angry or you sound upset. And usually that could have triggered me to say, no, I'm not upset, or no, you are wrong. I'm just whatever reason that could be. But this time I could hear myself really calmly saying and feeling and thinking, yeah, you're right. I can also hear that in my voice. And I think that it is because I am scared of blah, blah, blah. And that, of course, turned the discussion. It turned the energy from me. So I could take in the criticism or the observation. I could take it in neutrally. And then my heart responded saying, yeah, this is a good observation. And the tone in my voice, it could have been valid or not, but it wasn't something that I wanted to have because it wasn't productive for the discussion I was having. And sometimes we can get an opinion or a criticism or an observation, and we take it and we say, okay, so I'm going to change, and we don't mean it. It's like then we maybe overdo it in the other direction, or it becomes something that's not from us. It's just something that we are trying or acting out. But what I could feel, and that's I think why it stuck with me the other day, was that I really felt it coming from within. And I so agreed when I heard it, and I had a real I wanted to shift because I didn't want to come across with that tone in my voice. So I had to take a step back and just a very quick reflection. This was just instantly. And with that communication coming from within, coming from our heart, we can have those quick shifts. And I feel that's what is happening right now. It's going very quick, and it is up to us to listen. And also when we hear it, it's not only about hearing it and being aware of it. It is also great to then voice it if that's the situation, or take action to it, or shift the behavior, or shift your mindset in the pace that is comfortable for you. This isn't a race, and we all have our different journeys, and just being aware of it, that's like a major plus and well on your way. And maybe that day you don't have the energy to change it straight away, but then at least you have noticed it, you have let your body know that, yes, I've heard you, and I'm going to be aware of this, and maybe the next time it comes up, there will be a shift. And then I've also noticed these shifts that is going on that are more unconscious. And I've had, ever since I started my inner journey in 2004, I've had these. They have been coming up. I went on an 8-year masterclass where we were working with dynamic transformational energies, and those really shifted a lot. But it could be like we were working with an energy in one subject in January, and in June or December, I would notice that, wait a minute, this has shifted for me. I'm not thinking the same way around a certain subject. So I felt those shifts were longer. And now again, it is quicker. It's like it's just dropping from the sky for us to move through this. And my view right now, it can shift. But what I'm thinking right now, that when we are moving into our heart, when we are moving into our core, connecting with the universe, connecting with Mother Earth, it's such a strong and powerful energy. And when we just open that lid a little, it's like, poof, it flows out. But also, it is the times that we're moving through. It is time to shift. And then I have this sense that there is also so much going on the other side of the energy, like lower vibrations happening all around. And nature and life and, I believe, the universe, it has a self of balancing itself out. So if that lower vibration side is rising, then I think that the other side, the light side, it is also activated more for us to keep the energy balance, but also to not drown in that lower vibration. But instead of going with it, we are raising it on the other hand. And yes, some days are bad, and some days we might take in too much media or too much work or being too stressed. And it's not about that. This is a marathon. But in our overall energy, if we can keep that as light and open and free as possible, and not be dragged down by everything that is happening, then I think we are doing something really, really good on Earth. And it's not about not being aware of all the horrible things that are happening, but to be aware more in a way of, I see it, but I'm not adding my energy to that low energy. And we are so different. Some of us can get into working with these things without bringing the emotions in and the emotional energy, but doing it in a practical way. And in this heart revolution that we are moving through, that is so beautiful, and it's so dynamic and expansive, and also a lot of variations. It is up to each and every one of us to find our thread, our way through it. For some it could be meditations, for others it could be exercise, painting, singing. There are so many ways to let this light energy move through. And what I'm so passionate about this is to bring this energy into our daily life, to bring it into our work, our relationships, our own inner communication, not just when we are on a retreat or yoga class or meditation or listening to a podcast like this, but to activate it into our life so that it doesn't become a one-off 1 hour a day or something that we know about, but to actually incorporate into our life, and to do that inner awareness that comes is something that is so important, and to trust it when it arrives. So the other day when I had this discussion, and when I thought, or I could hear myself saying, well, yes, you're right, my voice is sounding angry. If I just thought it, but then would have been too stubborn or too in my ways not to express it, then I wouldn't have shifted the energy in that moment. yes, I would have known about it and maybe I would have talked a little bit different going from there. But there was also something that was healing in me, agreeing and saying, yeah, you're right. And not saying it to be polite or agree, but that it really came from within. It's like, yeah, you're really right. I hear you and I agree, and then I could shift it. So I've talked about this, if you follow me also, that I think I talked about it in the last meditation jam, how I also shifted from eating dark chocolate to not eating chocolate at all. And again, that is something that it came quick. It was a shift, and it was my body that let me know that I don't want that today. And by not putting too much focus or value behind it and just noticing and following the direction, I think it's such a beautiful new way of life that we are moving into, that is happening just right now on earth in our life. And we are all facing this journey in the pace that we are here to move through it. So I think what I want to say with this is to hopefully it inspires you to start to just notice. And it could be small things. It could be like teeny tiny things like, oh, suddenly you want to go to bed at 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock, or you want to do a breath work. That's something I started with as well. Suddenly, I love doing breath work, but since about a month back, I can't start my day without a breath work. Otherwise, I would do it a few times a week, sometimes every day, sometimes not. And now I can feel if I don't do my 10-minute breath work in the morning, I don't feel right. My body doesn't feel right. So again, there are so many, it's just like showering down like rain. And right now we have the Taurus energy, both in a new moon that's been and the sun. And that's really like grounding this energy. And one way to ground it is by starting to take action and do the shifts. And not think like, oh, that's strange that I have this thought, but I usually think like this, so I'm going to continue think like this. Instead, so, oh, okay, so that's inspiring that I had this thought. Let me explore it further and see where it takes me. And again, in these times where we are, there are so many triggers around us, around safety, around environment, around all sorts of things, to step back from that as much as we can and listen to our inner guidance to move through, not being unaware, but being aware of where we connect our energy to, or what we connect our energy to, because we don't want to, I hope and believe, we don't want to add more fuel to the lower vibrations. And I feel that is important, and it's okay to be upset and angry about things that are happening, just without attaching our energy to it, so that we build. Because a low vibration is low vibration, whether it's coming from someone spiritual or someone who is doing something harmful. The energy doesn't distinguish with that, it just builds in the energetic net. So I feel that's important to remember as well, going through the times that we are. So I think that was what I wanted to check in with today, because I felt there are so many signs showing up for me every day now, really quick, that I really wanted to share it and both make anyone aware where it hasn't started, that it's coming. But also if maybe you noticed it but not thought about it, and then just start to think about it, that all these shifts that are happening, that it's okay. And since it is aligned with our heart, all of the shifts are in our highest good and part of our journey. Some could feel uncomfortable because we suddenly make changes that, one, we might not know how to explain it, why we suddenly have shifted, and two, it can be a shift where it takes us out of our comfort zone. So when those shows up, remember to go through them with love and grace and maybe even a little bit of playfulness. What I have experienced is that the energy loves that and that vibe, that playful vibe, because when we get into that state of exploring in a playful way, we are removing ourselves from any attached vibration, so we can look at it from a more eagle-eye view than if we go in with it with a notion of this is something really serious that I have to do. It could still be, but if it is, then it's serious enough so we don't have to add another layer of seriousness to it. And by staying in that playful, more light, explorative view, then it's easier to go really deep. And I love the expression to keep it light so that you can go deeper, because I've experienced so many times that the more open I am in my senses, meaning unattached to what I'm about to dive into, the further down I can go. And that's not easy at times. It could be things that is really deep within us. Then go in with grace and love and hold yourself in that space without judgment, without blaming, without trying to achieve something, but keep it as a moment of exploration and trust to your heart, to your inner guidance. This spring, I have also been working on my online program, and I am so happy to say that I think I have 1.5 weeks, give or take a few days, until it's released. So by end of May, it will definitely be out there. And I felt the other day that I am so proud of what this content is. And it's not about creating something completely new. So part of it that you will go through if you are stepping on board on that journey, you will think that I know this, but that's not the thing. It's the energy that's behind it and the way that it's structured. And also, I believe repetition is good, and we might learn something or do and practice a tool at one point, and then we expand, and then we come back and do it, and it's a whole new journey. So it is 7 steps that are based on my book, Pure, Raw and Happy, and we are going through to get deep into what it is you want with your life from your heart, not your ego or mind, but from your heart. And then we are going to invite it and ask for it. And then it's about trusting the deliverance, trusting yourself, trusting life. And then we are getting into acceptance of the delivery of yourself, of life, to then move into take on this that you have shifted and start to show up with it, to show up to life and yourself. And with that, I mean to take the wisdom and plant it and use it in life, so it doesn't sit like a book in your body's library, but you're actually activating it every day as much as possible. And those first 5 parts are, I would say, a bit deeper in the energy. They are a bit soul searching, and there is a lot of tools. There are meditations, there are inspiration, there are activations, and it's a lot of things there. And then we are stepping into a more lighter part of the program, and that is when we dive into the energy of gratitude and how to bring more of that into different parts of life, but not also about bringing it in, but actually living it. And it was so funny because when I've been doing this first part, I also move with the energy, because I put in a lot of energy into this from places around the world where I have collected it, and the pure heart energy I'm working with. So that is like an underlying happening that's moving through everything. So it's not just only the words that you are reading or hearing, it is also the energy that comes with this. But I've done that for the first part, and they are, again, a bit deeper, soul searching. And then I could feel when I was working with gratitude, how my whole body shifted, and the energy of gratitude, how healing it is and how important it is to align with. And then the last part is about taking all this, being in the state of gratitude and open up to enjoy life. Not from a way of winning or having the most followers or having the highest income or the best career or best body or whatever it might be, but enjoying life from where you are right now. That doesn't take away that we want to expand, we want to do things, but also at the same time being present and enjoying life from that peaceful, grounded state. And also it does not mean that we don't go through hardship or uncomfortable things, but when we are in that grounded energy that we have arrived to by moving through these steps, then we can move through the hardships in a lighter way and get out of it quicker. So I'm so happy to have it being released, and you can already now sign up to waiting list. If you do that and then go ahead and buy it before the end of June, then you have a 45% discount on the program because you are a bit like beta testers. And also you will have the opportunity to get a free online coach session with me for an hour, a private coach session. So sign up before it is released, and then you can book your one-on-one with me when you started the program. So I think that's it for today, and I am so grateful that you are here listening to this, doing the work, showing up, and I hope you have a beautiful fortnight. Satnam. You have been listening to Meditation Jam with Maria Rinné, and I am so grateful that you have joined today with your energy. If you liked it, please remember to subscribe, hit the like button and leave a review if there was something specific that you enjoyed. And you will find more links in the text below from my guests and also to my social media if you like to follow me there. So thank you again for joining, and I hope you have a beautiful day, week and month. Satnam.